This week, Nigeria has suddenly become the center of a global storm, with US politicians, including Donald Trump himself, claiming there's a Christian genocide happening right now in Africa's biggest nation. Some say the Nigerian government is covering up mass killings. Others insist the US is twisting facts for politics. So, what's really going on? Let's break down the controversy, the courts, the politics, and what could actually happen next. You're watching Analyst Ray, where we go deep behind the headlines. It all started when Donald Trump publicly declared that Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. He said, and I quote, "If this continues, I might deploy troops or even order airstrikes."
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition.
That statement set social media on fire. Within hours, several U.S. lawmakers like Senator Ted Cruz, Rep. Riley Moore, and Rep. Tom Cole backed him, calling Nigeria the deadliest place in the world to be a Christian. They demanded sanctions, investigations, and even aid cuts to Nigeria. In simple terms, America is accusing Nigeria's government of failing to protect Christians or even looking away while they're killed. But Nigeria didn't stay silent. The Nigerian government immediately fired back, saying Trump's statement was misleading, exaggerated, and politically motivated. According to the presidency, there is no Christian genocide. Officials say what's happening in Nigeria is complicated. Yes, there are killings, but it's not one-sided. There are violent clashes between herders and farmers, terrorist attacks by Boko Haram and ISWAP in the northeast, and rising banditry in the northwest. Muslims and Christians are both victims. Presidential aide Daniel Bwala even called the U.S. claims a weaponized narrative meant to pressure Nigeria. The government says President Tinubu plans to engage Washington diplomatically, not with anger, but with facts. So let's decode what these officials really mean. When Trump says deploy troops or airstrikes, he's not exactly planning to send soldiers to Lagos tomorrow. It's more of a political warning, a way to look tough to his conservative base and show he's protecting Christians worldwide. When U.S. lawmakers call for sanctions, that means Nigeria could face visa bans or reduced foreign aid if they don't meet U.S. conditions. On the other hand, when Nigeria's government calls the reports false and coercive, they're defending national image and trying to prevent panic at home. Because let's be honest, the word genocide can break a country's reputation instantly. Independent analysts, including human rights experts and local journalists, say the truth is somewhere in the middle. Yes, thousands of people have died in Nigeria's conflict, but calling it a Christian genocide doesn't fit the real data. They explain that most attacks come from different armed groups with different motives: terrorism, land disputes, revenge killings, and poverty-driven crime, not just religion. Experts warn that throwing the word genocide around could actually make things worse by dividing Nigerians along religious lines and increasing tension. So, what happens next? Right now, the US has already labeled Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's diplomatic code for "we're watching you closely." This move allows Washington to impose sanctions or restrict visas for certain Nigerian officials. But the Nigerian government says they'll meet with US leaders to clear the air and present their side. Still, if the rhetoric continues, we could see more diplomatic tension and possibly international investigations. But let's be clear, an actual US military strike on Nigeria? That's very unlikely. This is more about politics and pressure than planes and bombs. At the end of the day, the crisis in Nigeria is real, but the genocide story may be more political than factual. It's a reminder that words like genocide and religious war can shake nations, and sometimes they're used as tools in global power games. Nigeria's real fight is against insecurity, corruption, and poverty, not between faiths. The world needs truth, not headlines that inflame fear. I am Analyst Ray, and this is your global deep dive: clarity, facts, and truth behind the noise. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video so more people get the real story.